Hi, the doc is here, and you may be wondering, damn, a stream? 12:30? Limbus company at that. What came out? Hey, like the stream title says, it's a big news day. Now, today is the trailer reveal for Walpipi number 8, Walpurgisnacht 8. All right, now we're gonna watch this. This is just a direct rep of the video, so you know, forgive a guy. We're gonna commentate as we go along, so just work with me. If you want to watch it on your personal time. Check it out on Steam, or if you follow them on X, check it on there. So Walpurgis night. This I don't know what this is about. I'm assuming it's relevant. CG smoke, dust of amber. First thing starts. It's my girl. Oh my god. Greed is absolutely warranted. It's her Genzo. Now, I saw this already, so I'm not surprised. I just like to say, dual wielding crossbow and a six shooter is disgusting behavior that I can only see from my girl, Ryoshi. Only she could do it. And from my understanding, oh, let's do a pause. And from my understanding, well, I mean, obviously it says up here, but these are two different egos getting used by her once again. Only she could do it. Yes, ma'am. But yeah, the second queen. Also, it seems like there might be something going on with like her having, I guess, multiple sets of bullets. So she has a six shooter that shoots a second set of six. Maybe that's two different damage types. I'm not quite sure. I've never played Lobotomy Corporation, so I'm gonna just put it out there on front view. I do not have a clear understanding of how these ego gear would have worked in those games and then could transfer. I don't know. I'm here just for the vibes. So right now, the vibes are looking good. So the details are not important. I think this looks cool. I will be getting the ID. This is definitely on power skill 3. As an attack weight, looks good. Single point. Love this art. We just did an aura tier list. This is probably ranked PCI. Ooh, now this one, I just want to say, I have no clue how many coins this is. Let's go back because let's do a count. So Harmony Sinclair, this is the I don't even remember what the name of the abnormality is. We're not even gonna try it. Let's just continue going. I know which one it is. I don't remember the name. It is in Library Rana too, so like I actually do know, but it's beyond me. Alright, let's count. One. Let's say this is two. Maybe this is three. Oh wait, maybe it's going into three. Like we could count it as just three, but you could low key kind of count it up to like 4 or 5 too. I don't know how many coins this is. Once again, looks good though. I like the rocker thing going on. I like it. I like it. Just look at bro. Come on. Corrosion here. Once again, this could be two right there. Now we're at three. Maybe this is four. And then this one right here could be five. Like I said, I don't know how many coins this is. Still not quite sure what's going on here. Maybe it's I know they previously had mentioned that like you get transported into the facility during a certain time. So maybe that's one of those things where it's like, oh, this is just an advertisement that will be happening in the facility, the Riot Corp facility at the time. And then, it's gonna be relevant as far as like I guess the story reason as to why we're, doing these things and what's going on and whatnot. Ah, shoot. Technical difficulties?
작업 시작 시 분수하기
So,
개체 T0450의 38번째 통찰 작업 진행하겠습니다.
Lobotomy Ego Hornet Alteration. I wonder what that means. I don't know. You know.
에고웨폰의 기존 형태는 라이플로 추정됩니다. 이곳 복지팀에 배치된 기사체와 각 팀의 협조 요청 건수를 분석하였을 때 해당 장비만을 운영하는 것은 효율이 높지 않습니다. 다수의 변형을 통해 162%의 효율 향상을 기대할 수 있다는 논지의 문서를 전송드렸으니 괜찮으실 때 확인 부탁드립니다. 지금 서비스에서
Probably do this on
지금
stream.
기존의 의뢰 받은 시험
My bad luck.
팀원들은 팀장의 먹이사슬에 생각해지더라도 공격 행동을 하지 않아요. 이상
기다려줘서 고마워. 혹시 존댓말을 생략했다고 기분이 상한 건 아니지?
Chested announcer.
반가워.
Once
나는
again,
피세드야.
sounds great to me.
복지팀을 믿고
I'm
있어.
happy I'm here for it.
엔질라님 말로는 우리가 당분간은 협력편을 지내라고 하더라.
Should be fun, should be good. I'm here for it. Oh wait, it's on the 5th? Okay, off topic. I was gonna announce this at the end, but you know, obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, um, you know, I stream on Twitch or whatever, and I do play other games besides Limbus Company. And my YouTube channel is not supposed to be a Limbus Company only channel. It's just supposed to be a channel where I cover things I like. That said, at the first week of March, um, a certain game is getting a sequel. Slay the Spire, one of my top 5, is getting its 2. Slay the Spire 2 is dropping, I believe, on the 5th. Conflict of interest, guys. Conflict of interest. You're telling me that Project Moon's having Walpurgisnacht drops on the 5th, but Slay the Spire is also dropping on the 5th. You, yeah. But no. There's always time for both. There's always time for both. So I'm not really concerned. But um, you know, I guess you guys will be seeing me on streaming quite a bit, and I guess by proxy a lot of videos. Anyway, that's off topic. Very good Walpurgis Night trailer. I am happy as I would be because I'm a Project Moon fan, of course. So obviously, I see this. I'm like, damn, that's Peakerson, peak of my life. Right. Um, then I'm on the Discord, right? So, oh, let's pause that. So I see on the Discord under the announcement for the video, I see under it there's another video. I'm like, what is this? I'm assuming it's another Walpurgis Night video. Like maybe they posted it twice for some reason or something. Well, let's check out what was this other thing of. Like let's look at it together, guys. Let's look at it together. Um no, it's not working again. Hold on, technical difficulties. Actually, no, I think I got it. I think I did. Yes, I did. All right, perfect. Let's watch this other one. All right. 30 seconds. What's this about? Oh my god. This is so good. It's just so good. Dear God. Oh my god, it's so cool. If I said I would personally fund the anime, I'd be I'd be crazy. I'd be crazy for being like, I will literally give you all of my money to get me an anime. It's so good. Oh my god, that's so peak. It's just too good. Look at this. And then you imagine the soundtrack playing in the background. They walk up. You got Lucy. Look at my guy Lucio. He should have been treated like this. Oh my god, it's just so this episode. It's not. It's just 30 seconds, but it's like I like sidebar. This is like huge spoilers for the for Kanto 9. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh, is this safe for me to watch? It's not. It's not safe for you to watch. So, if you're wondering, you know, can I watch the rest of this video? So. You might just want to skip through this section. I'll probably have chapters in the video, hopefully. So skip to the next part. Go back to the thingy. Oh my god. Just imagine. It's like it was like I was like a riot and I was in a time entanglement. No, I'm like Sinclair. My sign opened and I could see a future that doesn't exist just yet. And I see the world where we get to innovate and we get this episode where you get the oh my god, it would be so fire. Oh, look at this. It's 30 seconds. Why does it have to be good? Look at this. Look at it. Oh my god, it's just so big. Tell me this doesn't look fire. And also, someone mentioned I saw we got official ID usage for certain characters in this, like in the hypothetical canon universe of of the sinners versus the nurse fathers. We got Sink Sinclair, we got um Jung office rep, Ishmael. Let's see. Why is Dante so close to the fight? Lord only knows. Is that the barber blood fiend Otis? Is that Shiomi? Well, I guess not. It's actually alright. Once again, spoilers. If you're still here, I don't know what to tell you. They're casting Durante. That's what I'm saying. It's just too good. It's just too good. Also, welcome. Thank you for popping in. But come on, guys. We need the anime. We need the anime, guys. Everybody has to buy during Walpurgisnacht. You know what you got to do. Buy a package. Spend $100. We need this. Is this not fine? Come on. It's too good. I think that's magic like wizard. Is that that's what Dante's doing? Oh, that's actually hilarious. But I guess there was not really another way to think of that working. I guess I suppose in my mind I thought of it like maybe a time bubble, but he has a chains thing going on, so I guess it would make sense for it to be like magic chains exit his head and then attach to whoever is relevant and then does things. Hey, you say you're joking, but without the anime, how could we ever know? You know, how could we? This is why we need the anime. Just look at the ego use. Is this not fire? Wait, is that? Hold on. Is that evil Bug Gregor? Come on. I even realized this. Character ever in Project Moon. You know what? I can respect that pick. I can respect that pick heavy because that her story. Yeah, that story is so tragic. That shit really had me. I was really sitting there just after the story. After I realized what was going on and that and what happened with Ryoshu kill, I was like, damn. Him doesn't know how to write a bad story besides causing me pain. Yeah, Rain. Well, I've seen a lot of character analysis on Rain. I'm like, I kind of like, I guess you could say, I've shifted around from being like, damn, Rain's a horrible person. I hope he dies, which he did. To being like, oh, I could see how he kind of just got fried by the pre-scripts. Because um, from my understanding of it, essentially everything he did was for the prescript, obviously, which doesn't make it not his fault, but it kind of is like he didn't even like any of the things he was doing, and you could even say that in him going against the prescript at the end part of his life, is kind of a representation of the fact that in the end, he truly does regret all the things he did in service of his god. Even still, you kind of made my girl kill her daughter, which caused her unimaginable pain, which caused me unimaginable pain. So like, I really can't. Like, you kind of had to die. Sorry, not sorry. It's just too good. Oh my! I could just imagine. I'd be crying. I'd be crying right here. I'd be crying. Sad as hell. That scene right there, cool as hell. Some good stuff. Some good stuff. So good. I thank them for making this. That was just beautiful. That was just beautiful. Now, that said, there was some apparent. I guess the next thing on the itinerary of things that happened was actually, you know what? No, we're gonna do that last. Yes, we did. Perfect. So let's take a look. Yep. There we go. Zoom it in. Oops, way too much. There we go. So the roadmap. I'm assuming this is like over the. This is H1. I'm not sure if that means for the rest of the year or not. I did see that they said, like I guess cutting ahead a little bit, that Canto 10 is they're hoping to get this out by August. So I guess this is a roadmap for like essentially the rest of the year. So noted. So let's talk about each thing. So Mirror Dungeon, we just passed this. Next up is Walpurgisnacht, which is next month. Also there's like the major stuff is up here, minor stuff is down here. I'll kind of like just cover most of the major stuff, and you know, you can see the minor stuff at the bottom. Identity skins. This has been being spoken about for quite a while at this point, so good to see that it's actually going to be coming out relatively soon. And if this is all in time, which I have to assume it is, that means that identity skins are in fact like done essentially, and should be out by the latest April. Really? Like at the end of Walpurgisnacht or something? May even be around the same, like towards the end of Walpurgisnacht, but not after it finishes. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm assuming they have one for every character, at least one for each character. I think that'd be cool. So looking forward to having those. Then we got Bokak, LCB checkup, and plus I guess more Dante's notes. So looking forward to that. That should be cool. We got a little bit of an intervallo incoming 9.5, no title, but looking forward. That should be fun. I'm guessing it's gonna be another checkup kind of thing, just based on the image. Since it's kind of showing like stuff involving the most recent Kanto a little bit, and like characters. I see this. There was a sign in like the image. I think from the stream, like they show the full image and it shows Sinclair with his sign. So I'm guessing it's another checkup type thing, which would make sense because essentially our sinners should be like around / close by the what's it called, the home base of the Limbus company. So looking forward to that. That should be interesting. New content, interval link content. I'm not quite sure. Obviously, this is not a description. I didn't watch the stream. But I'm assuming something along the lines of something. I know Kim has been talking about making more stuff to do in game besides farming and like the major content they release from time to time, like stuff like just in the game that you can play, kind of like how they have like the permanent rerun of what's it called, Railway 1. So something more like that. I know they were saying that they want to do like not gotcha, like a dating sim thing. Like basically want to add more stuff to the game. Seeing as they've kind of got like the main gameplay stuff down packed at this point, they kind of want to add more things, like just expand upon it. So I'm guessing that's what this is. Sounds exciting to me. I'm never gonna be unhappy about more content and stuff to do. Vocab of the Nocturnal Sweeping, once again, sounds fun. I'm looking forward to it. that's that. Then as for small stuff, UI customization options, we do have one. I guess we could actually look at that real quick because I never actually showed it off. Oh, this is not. Nah, it's fine. It's a little off center. Didn't realize. My fault, guys. I'm not a streamer. Give me a break. Anyway, let's go look at the customization. So the dark mode, I do not like it. I'm gonna be honest. Not really a fan. Not horrible, but I just don't really care for it. It's not, like I said, not terrible. Seems like there are some issues with it as well, which that doesn't really help its case. But I mean, looking at it again, it's not that bad. Like, it's cool. It's got its own little thing to it. But nah, I kind of like the regular version. It's just nice. It's got a little bit more character to it. But anyway, I guess they want to add more of that kind of stuff down the line. So, I ain't complaining. More stuff is more stuff. I'm always happy with more stuff. Continuous UI UX improvements, probably fine. Adding more announcer slots, sounds good to me. Drag and drop support to rearrange deployment order. And I guess visibility improvements on that. Sounds interesting. Not quite sure what that means, but again, whatever Kim says goes, which we'll talk about that in a second. More loadout save slots, sounds good. Consecutive valve function for excavations, sounds like good quality of life stuff. Now, second half of the major updates and / things coming down the line. More new content, Railway number 6. I'm excited. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I mean, it's Railway. Always happy to have new Railway. Thread spin number 5. We heard this was coming, and it's finally here for Egos. I'm not sure if they're going to do all of them at once. They might not, especially not for the new ones that just came out. But for sure, I know they want to do that for early Egos. So then the ones that obviously are kind of out of date and therefore missing a lot of recency buffs / recency I guess you could say keywords and details and having multiple coins and having red coins and reuse and etc, all that good stuff that could have been on them but obviously wouldn't have been because that was before those things were even introduced in the first place. Thread spin number 5, so that should be cool. A lot of Ego I pretty much just use the newer ones, so this would be an opportunity to use older ones, put them back and put them on current teams and whatnot. Now after this, more or less, season highlight ID, the bad end ID for Ryoshu. Damn, that's gonna take a long time, but hey, I'm not unhappy. More content's more content. When it gets here, it's gonna be here. We did get some teasers I saw from the stream about what the ID will be like, and it seems like the idea is seemingly a mix between Dyuhyou Star and Muga Ryoshu from the end of the Kanto. Let's say burn it all to the ground, Ryoshu. And once again, I like it. That's what I'm saying. Oh, we already covered that a while ago, but yeah, no. Walpurgisnacht ID for Ryoshu, beautiful. But as for the bad end ID, it seems like it's gonna have a mechanic where basically I guess it's gonna have quote unquote some kind of charge function with past and future something or other. I don't know if I had that stuff on hand. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I'll be extra quick about it. Let's see. Nope. I don't think I can find it. Yeah. No. I don't think I see it. Oh, wait. No, I do. Found it. Yes, it's past and future stacks. I'm not sure if past and future are two different set of stacks or it's called past and future. Then you get stacks of that. But essentially, working off that, based on what Nurse Fathers and Apprentices are on her team will increase the stacks of it, which will make her stronger. But by proxy, she will be like I guess you could say, kind of, in a sense, but not really, a Gabora ID, like from Librariana, right? Where on the floor of literature, Gabora, Kali, is the lady. That's the person on the floor. And so I know that if I'm remembering correctly, some of her ego for her floor basically can make it so that you can empower her and destroy the rest of the people on your team to make her extra strong. And it seems like that's kind of the idea. You put the rest of the Nurse Fathers and Apprentices on her team, on let's say Bad End Ryoshu ID on that team, and then you will subsequently give the damage that would go to her to them, eventually killing them, but then still making the Bad End ID stronger. I don't know if I'm making total sense, but point is, it sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty cool. I'm here for it. Oh, I didn't even realize that's what she did in the thingy. Like I said, I didn't play a lot before. I said this earlier, so I'm unawares. But only Ryoshu could do it. She is just the aura farmer, the drip lord, the coolest. That's my sinner right there. Only she could do it. But yeah. So as far as the Bad End ID, looking forward to getting that, but it seems like it's gonna be a while for us to get to there, but that's fine. Is that bamboo-hatted Kib? Is that him? It is. Our second intervalo, that's what we're getting. We're gonna see Distortion. I think this LCD, yeah, LCD team again, and we're gonna get bamboo-hatted Kib. I'm curious to see what's coming up for that. I'm supposing that it's gonna be in high relation to what's gonna come into Kanto 10, but nonetheless, I would just be happy to see everybody again, and I guess get more time to like breathe with them, because obviously this is the first time they've ever well, not ever, but this is the first time as far as the LCD, specifically the Distortion detectives, Vespa, Ezra, and Moses, have really been in the game for real. Oh, second time for this, but it'll be like this is the first time they've ever really been in the game for real. So I'd be happy to like see more of them and like get more used to them and have more interactions in a non-stressful setting with them in the center. So looking forward to this. This should be fun. Also be extra interesting because we're gonna get to see what happened with bamboo-hatted Kib, because he distorted and I think he reverted a little bit. So is it gonna be like Distortion? Is he gonna have an ego? What's going on? I don't know if you can distort and then get an ego, or like revert back and get an ego, but for sure, it'll be interesting to see him for sure. Then we get Refraction Railway 2 Baka. Looking forward to that. That should be fun. A second Walpurgis night, guys. I'm excited. Then at the end of the year, the third quarter, we're getting Kanto 10. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be. I was gonna say lit, and I combined words. You're getting great. It's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it. Mersault, it's your time. You should be nervous. But of course, he's not, because he was an asked to be nervous. I'm nervous though, because the backdrop of this is the Nine Literatures trying to, I suppose, start another smoke war, as the Nagel and Hammer essentially goes to war on the whole city about prosthetics. Yeah, this one's gonna be a hitter. And then we're talking about new content. Limbus Auto Battler. I even read this one. It's really interesting. Cool. And then for the minor stuff, they said new loadout keywords. I really feel like they should have added some, because there's a lot of stuff. There's like a lot of stuff in the game now, and just having like it's fairly basic keyword stuff, but it's very limiting. It's not too, you don't really need that many teams, but still, if you want to, we'll have to add the customization option. Customizable toggle setting on and off for typography UI floats on characters in combat. Oh, I guess to add like the little dialogue stuff and like keep it in the area. That'd be cool. Force resources file management for stories. Not quite sure what that means, but okay. Lobby music change feature. Ooh, now that would be nice because they have a really good catalog of music. I would love to put Valencia's theme on the back. Ooh, that would be too good. Too good. Yes, bam. I need this. Loading screen illustration change feature. Once again, I would love this. This just seems like a no-brainer. Additional compendium for the theater. Not sure what that means, but once again, new stuff, good stuff. I'm happy for it. Now, we've covered a lot, see a lot of good things. Sounds good. I think that's basically it, except for there was a little bit of drama. Let's talk drama here. Quite sure what happened, and truthfully, I really don't care. Now you may be saying, why don't you care, Fabio? What I got from the gathered from this is that the end-all be-all result of whatever happened is that one theater compendium is like the observation logs for Avnos and stuff. Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you for explaining. Makes sense? Yeah. Oh yes, as for the drama, okay, here's my commentary on the drama. Basically, Kim's always right. I do not care what anyone else has to say. Now you may be saying, you're gonna shill out to the company? So. Essentially, the logic of what I'm hearing from Kim's side of things is basically that there were some issues that happened with the, I guess, recent event that's supposed to be happening. And this is in part because they have a really small team. And he's like, hey, he's previously said this, that he doesn't really want to have a really huge team. He kind of likes the structure of things now. He doesn't mind adding new people. I even heard that recently he, like, even in the stream that he did today, he did like say like, hey, we're hiring some more people or whatever. But making it bigger, he doesn't want to do that. Our favorite CEO used Bandicam for the spin log demonstration. That's hilarious. But the gist of it is, from my perspective, he's the director. He's made the game that we like. Well, not him by himself, but essentially he's been the head. He's the CEO, he's the leader, he's the creative director, I imagine, for the most part. He makes all the things we like. And while yes, that doesn't mean he's infallible, that does mean to me that he has a pretty good idea for how to do what he's doing. And while he does have lofty ideas for sure, he has big ideas. He suggested this anime. He's doing events. As the game gets bigger, he's doing grander things to show appreciation to the community that's given him all these things and made his company really big and his story really big, so on and so forth. While he has all these great ideas, and he may run into hiccups and stuff, if he's like, hey, I truly believe that the quality of things would go down if I make the team too big, and that for my personal, at least headspace, I would rather the team be smaller. Hey, I'm gonna go with him as like the default opinion to go with. If he says I want the team to be smaller, the team's gonna be smaller. I would actually even say I'd rather the team be smaller, because you know what? He dropped Kanto 9. He gave us an animation for the 3rd anniversary. He's giving us good ideas, good events, new stuff on a decently regular basis with a small team. If he feels like that's what needs to be the case, I'm just going to trust his opinion, because he is yet to genuinely, since I've been a part of the community, he is yet to genuinely fail me, release something I've been like, damn, you kind of fraud, you kind of just messed up on this one. So, in my opinion, I'm a trust in Kim Ji-hoon to get it right every time. And if at some point it becomes too much, I expect him to know that hey, maybe I do need to expand the team a little bit, whatever. I trust him. I trust him as a trusted friend. So if he says I want to keep my team small, that's all I need to hear. Yes, KJH, sir. So that's where I stand on that matter. So I don't really need to know the details. if it doesn't involve the game or any like I guess like anything I guess involving the core of the company, which is the games and I guess stuff that's like indirectly but tangentially related with like major projects, then I'm not too concerned. Really, obviously, for the people who were upset by whatever happened, obviously I'm not saying like you guys can go whatever, but I'm just saying that as far as like the wider community maybe being like, hey, you should hire a bunch more people to expand the stuff and make content come out faster. I would say no. I would rather everything come out slowly and continue to be peak after peak after peak, rather than have things come out faster and us potentially hit a point where we're kind of getting stuff that's like middling to bad in terms of quality. And that's pretty much where I land on everything. And I think that about catches us up on all the news. If you're watching a YouTube video, this is pretty much where the video is going to stop. Thanks for watching. This is where I make my personal announcements. So if you don't care about me personally, the YouTuber, the doctor, then feel free to leave. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Catch you in another video. But if you are curious about what I have going on and what I'm going to do with this channel or whatever, and I guess streaming and so on, what's going to happen? Oh, yes. So first off, well, I'm streaming. I stream. So if you're new to the YouTube channel and you're like, oh, I kind of like this guy's content, let me see what he's got going on. Well, I also play other games, and actually, as far as my YouTube channel goes, I'm not a Limbus company YouTuber. I'm actually just I like certain things, and I'm gonna keep posting about them when I feel like it. Kind of YouTuber. Limbus company is probably the most relevant thing I got going on right now that I like consistently come back to, which is why I post videos about that fairly often. But in the future, that might be other stuff. Tomorrow, actually, we're going to be streaming. What do you call it? We're going to be streaming. What are we streaming? Oh yes, we're streaming Eugenics. Obviously, if you know, new game, pretty good. Everybody likes it. Strange things happen to cats in light. And yeah, so I want to play that. I bought it a couple days ago. I meant to stream it earlier this week, but just didn't get the chance. So I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow, probably. And yeah, and also we're gonna cover other things and whatnot. So if there's any other games that you would maybe want to see me talk about, and I guess a similar style to like what I currently do videos on, you let me know. Now, what does this mean for Limbus company content? Not a damn thing. I'm gonna continue making videos. I actually have 2 videos in mind that are gonna be coming out in the relative future. One that's gonna come out sooner, talking about my favorite intervallo, and then a larger video on the series I want to do. And this is not gonna combat or like change the frequency, or basically videos are gonna come out when they're gonna come out regardless. So don't be concerned in mind, if you are at all, if you're like, oh well, you're making videos about other games, but then are you still talk about Limbus company and stuff? Yes, I'm gonna talk about everything. I'm gonna talk about videos are gonna come out when it is. No! Oh my god. This is like actually my worst fear. I checked it earlier too, but I guess I also wasn't playing the game at the time. Is it better now? Let me check. Hello? Hello? Okay, that's better. It's fine now. I appreciate you for letting me know. I suppose this section isn't even that important anyway. But it's kind of it for the announcement. I was gonna complete the MD now. I'm actually kind of mad I did all this big attacks when no longer taking damage. But I think that's about it for announcements. I'll play other games. Probably gonna play New Jax tomorrow. Gonna stream. Go make other videos. That's about it.